Hey guys, I'm Dr. Dan Sullivan and I teach the Jesus model of sales and influence. This model has helped me build multiple seven-figure businesses in different industries, and it could do the same for you. And the reason is because Jesus was the master communicator. He taught skeptics and he turned them into believers. And here's what I want to break down for you today. This is pillar number 5 of 5 pillars. This is the most important pillar as it relates to your external communication using your words. And the reason why I say that is because Jesus, in the Gospels, 35% of the time in his communication, he used the power of story. Think about the prodigal son. Think about the Good Samaritan. Think about the lost sheep, and the stories go on. Jesus is known for doing 2 major things better than anybody else, but most predominantly in his communication, told stories, asked questions. And so I want to break this down for you just really simple. You need to become a master storyteller, but you don't have to start off knowing how to tell a story. Like, you didn't come out of the womb knowing how to tell stories. I didn't either. I'm an introvert, middle child, shy, scared of my own shadow, scared of rejection, didn't like to, confront or inconvenience people. But I was able to build these multiple 7-figure businesses because I was able to communicate, and I eventually became a good storyteller. And here's the critical element you need to know. Storytelling it does something to the brain that nothing else can do. And it turns out that the brain is wired for story. That's why Jesus used it. Sometimes it's hard for us to really comprehend this stuff, but think about it. If you're a believer and you believe in Jesus, then you would also believe that Jesus is God. And if God became man, which he did through Jesus, then whatever method he used would be the best method. And so it's not rocket science why our brains are turned out to be wired for story based on fMRI research that we can now back up. And so one story, there was research that was done. These guys did this one story. It's a long story. I'll break it down here. Basically, they did this. They added one story to a product. They just put a story onto the product. It increased the value of the product by 6,700%. That's astronomical. If you want to charge more and get people to pay you more and do it more repeatedly at a higher consistency, you gotta know how to add a story to your product, service, or offer. The other thing that story does is been proven through science to increase the rate at somebody remembering your message or your topic or your sales offer or product. They will remember it 22 times more. Guys, these statistics are like crazy numbers. 6,700%. Imagine your business having 6,700% more profit, right? Or people remembering why they're there, what they do, why they're doing it, and able to tell others 22 times more than they are now. And so this is the power of story. Even an introvert like me can learn how to do this. And there's 2 types of stories that you got to get really good at. Number 1 is your own signature story. And I know, I already hear you. You think you don't have a story. You do have a story. It is relevant. It is worthy of telling, because here's the deal. If you look at the brand guys, they will say you are most perfectly positioned to help the person you once were. And so when your story is told appropriately, there's a formula. We break this down for all our clients. There's a formula that Jesus used, that science used, that Hollywood uses to tell the best story. We could teach you. It's very simple. I broke it down in a book that I wrote called The Trust Formula, and it literally drives up oxytocin levels in the bloodstream. This means that you will be trusted more. That's the bonding hormone. The mother and a baby, when they're breastfeeding, increase oxytocin. A story told appropriately will increase oxytocin. People will buy more of what you have. The second type of story is you need a story inventory or a story library that are metaphors and analogies that help you take and break down hard concepts and make them simple. So again, people buy from you, they trust you, they remember why they're there, and they'll tell others. So this is pillar number 5. It is the art and the science of storytelling. Jesus used it, and I believe that when you use it too, you will be able to scale your business to the next level. Every great communicator, every successful entrepreneur knows how to tell the power of story. I'll leave you with this. It's not about telling new stories to old people. Getting to the next level in business is about telling the same story to new people. And so you should, like a mentor of mine said, you should be almost nauseous and sick to your stomach of telling your story so much because you've told it so much. Remember this. Jesus was the greatest influencer of all time. He used 5 specific pillars. I want you to know about and implement each one into your business and watch it go to the next level.